So the same day Biden condemned MAGA extremism, former President Trump said he'd consider pardoning Capitol rioters if reelected. How do you see January 6th factoring into the races this fall?
That's a very complicated question because January 6th has been politicized like so much. President Biden's speech is politicized. So in a way, January 6th, President Biden's speech are kind of examples of this divide in America that's not just Republican and Democratic. It is, this divide between those who question the outcome of elections and appear already willing to do so if their candidate doesn't win the midterms. And that's something we should be concerned about when we talk about November, something we should be concerned about as we talk about 2024. So it's just indicative of how our democracy is really showing fractures in a lot of ways. It doesn't come down to partisanship or even just, the normal disagreements that we consider when we talk about elections. It's about the very fabric of how our country, how our constitutional republic works, and that kind of, again, showing some fractures that may not be repairable.
Well, and Charles, the two Pats, as we call them, Pat Cipollone and Pat Philbin, they're not the first ex-Trump staffers to speak to the federal grand jury by any means. But what does this witness list signal to you about the DOJ's investigation?
Well, what it tells me is that the DOJ is closing in terms of trying to isolate Donald Trump's intentions by connecting him to whoever it is that can give the greatest amount of insight around what it is that he was thinking. They want to basically pinpoint Donald Trump's advisors to try to determine what it was that he was told, when it was he was told it, and what he did after he knew what it is that he did. And so I think that that's really what we're talking about when you talk about these two lawyers who were essentially counsel to Trump, who were at his side, who knew what was going on pre-January 6th, during January 6th, leading up to it.